I've been working and I've been writing and I've been writing and I've been working and I have not played. You know what? I'm lying. I've been playing Stardew Valley for the past 2 weeks. A game that I have hated, and then I realized it was just because I didn't understand. I had no clue on how to properly play that game. And once a friend broke it down for me, that's when I was like, okay, I got this. This is the shit. I love it. But anywho, the whole point of this video was just about my inspiration today and how it came about while I was taking a shower. And it's not about the shower. It's about the fact that I am not someone who plots out stories. I am someone who has to write on the fly and I get random inspiration and that helps me write some of my best scenes. They come out of nowhere. So I always feel like I have to be prepared. So what I do is I actually have one of those portable keyboards that fold in half. And with Word on my phone, I'm able to pull up my story because, OneDrive, everything's there. So I can keep writing even when I'm out in public. And sometimes I go out in public and write because it's easier to concentrate than being at home like I'm doing playing The Sims versus what I was supposed to be doing, which was vlogging after making this vlogging. I have all these fucking words now to say. But anywho, I want to hear from other authors. Do you write on the fly or do you plot? Because anytime I try to plot, I feel like it just does not work out. I feel like my stories are bland and uninteresting, and those are the stories that I was practicing on my videos that I said I don't want anyone to ever read. Like, I tried to figure out the story from A to Z, and even just doing a few chapters ahead sucked. Not like how it is when I get inspired and I have a whole scene unfold. I don't have the whole story behind it. It's just one particular scene. So that's a little bit different. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm going to tie in some very insignificant piece of book 2 into book 4, which is going to make that a big deal now. So those epiphanies are like the best parts for me. And those are what get me excited about writing. Everything else, it's just technical work. The editing, the grammar, all that stuff is just work. But the actual writing process and finding ways to be creative, that is what makes it so enjoyable for me. So you guys tell me what you think. Do you like to sit there and figure out all your details? Does it help you stay organized? Organization is important because in one of my other videos, I mentioned how I made a major mistake in book 3 that is so obvious if you read book 1 that it would not make sense. And it was too much to edit it because I'm like, who cares? Who cares? It's not, who cares? Like, who's following the story that closely? Who's doing the math? Like, who tries to sit there and fact check a book that's supposed to be fiction? I mean, there are people who have said something about the places that I have written because they were actual places, or at least the destination was similar to the place. But like, I put bridges in my first book that you would know if you lived in the city and stuff like that. Like, those little details can be specific, but for the most part, other details in my book, don't be fact checking me. Like, they're not real. We lie. Authors lie. That's our job. Lie to entertain. So if I had plotted out my story, then possibly that wouldn't have been a detail that I would have overlooked. But again, I wrote those stories in 2019. It's 2024. So I believe that's more of the issue, more so than I was just not paying attention. I didn't go back to reread those books until after I wrote book 3 because I was inspired at that point to go back and fix it because I was so happy about book 3. I wanted the other books to have that same value. Although I don't think I still hit the nail on the head. I still feel like I missed the mark with those books. But moving on, I'm moving on. Book 3 was great. I don't care what nobody say. It could always be better. Everything could always be better. But for the most part, I'm excited. I love book 3. And I know already I'm going to love book 4. So, yeah. I can't wait to write that scene out. I already took notes about it. As soon as I got out of the shower, that was the first thing I did. Still dripping wet. Still covered in a towel, and I had to write it out before I forgot because thoughts will come up so quickly and I'm already moving on. I'm already thinking about the scene after that because once I get that moment of inspiration, I'm just ready to type it out. But like I said, I had stuff to do today, so it's there. It's on record now, so I'll be writing my story out to make sure it falls in line or close to. And that's about as close to plotting as I get. So you guys tell me what you like to do. In the meantime, I'm gonna play these Sims and I am going to get back on track with writing, but even I have to take a break sometimes. You gotta balance. Sometimes my Sims give me inspiration. I set them up for failure and be like, ooh, I like the way they handled this. Or let's throw this in there. I'm lying. That will never happen. The Sims are all controlled by me. Which is how books work too. Never mind. Fuck what I said. Uh, I'm about to do something that I enjoy. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, you guys. Until next time.